Greetings, beautiful soul. This is Dahlia with Spiritual Society, here to bring you your weekly pick a card reading. Now, our theme for this week is their first impression of you versus how they see you now. So think carefully about someone you want to know more about, how they thought about you when you first met versus what they're thinking about you now. Then open up your intuition by taking a deep breath. And see which card or crystal is calling out to you the most, whether 1, 2, 3, or 4, and you can select it from the timestamp below. Let's begin. Hi there, card number 1. Welcome to your pick a card reading to find out how they first saw you versus how they see you now. So who is this person on your mind? Think carefully about how you feel about them. Sit with the energy and let the most accurate message come forward for you now. Just remember, this is a general group reading, so some of the information I share may not resonate with you, and that's okay. So just remember to take what works for you and leave the rest, or you can choose one of the other crystals if the energy just feels off. So the card that you were drawn to in the beginning is Keys on a Ring and also Passion. So this represents how they first thought of you or what their first impression of you was versus how they see you now. So their first impression of you was Keys on a Ring. It says many options, decision, unconventional, string along, one night stand. So it's possible that when you first met this person, it was a one night stand or a fling, a friends with benefits type of situation where it was a very casual interaction between the two of you. And that's how they saw you initially. This is just a casual fling. How they see you currently is the Passion card, and this says insane chemistry, like each other equally, and having fun. So not only are you having fun like you were in the beginning, but now that first interaction of, friends with benefits or just kind of a fling energy has turned into full-on passion for them. So let's get some more clarity around how they first saw you when you first met versus how they see you now, okay? So let me get some more information about their first impression of you. So we got the Chariot card, which is about using willpower and determination to reach your goal. So let me get some more information about how they saw you initially, their first impression of you. What do you need to know about their first impression of you? The Chariot card, I just thought, has two opposing energies. It has a black horse and a white horse, which represents like our challenges and the positive things in our life that we use to move us forward. But I just had this thought about how these are opposing energies. So it's possible that when you first met, they were, because it says many options, they were seeing another person or seeing other people or kind of dating around. And I'm getting this energy that you were completely different than the other people that they had in their life at the time or the people that they were interested in at the time. It was like night and day, black and white type of energy. So they were trying to just, use both energies to see which one is going to move them forward. Which one are they going to go forward with? So that's really interesting. So let me get another card, how they first saw you, what their first impression of you was. Interesting. Now we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Page of Pentacles. So even though this is indicating that you were one of many options when you first met, when they got in this interaction with you, it felt like fate. It felt like you weren't someone that they normally chose, but that life was bringing you to them. And now we have the Page of Pentacles, which is about planting seeds and manifesting new realities for ourselves, new goals, new opportunities. So I'm getting the sense that, again, even though you were one of an option, many options, one of the many people that they may have been seeing, or one of two people that they may have been seeing, even though that may have been the case, it was like for them that you were something they didn't even know that they wanted, or something that they didn't even know that they were planting the seed for. That's the energy I'm picking up on, is that, you know, when they met you, it was like, wow, this is someone that could be really good for me, but I didn't see this coming. I didn't know that this is what I was manifesting in my life. But again, it's more of a fate and destiny moving you together. And so it may have been outside of this person's control of what they usually go for, but the minute you met, it was like, yeah, this is what I've always wanted. All right, let's get some more information about how they first saw you. What was their first impression of you? What do you need to know about their first impression of you? We have Four of Swords and the Six of Swords. Interesting. So the Four of Swords is about rest and introspection. So I feel like what this means is that, again, because when you met, their first impression of you was, wow, life gave this person to me, and I didn't know that this was the type of person that I wanted. So what I'm going to do now is rest from dating around, rest from being a player, or rest from acting in the ways that I usually act, and kind of sit with this person for a while and introspect, think carefully and deeply about why they're in my life at this time. And, you know, can I settle down? This is the energy I'm picking up on, settling down. Can I settle down with this person? So I feel like meeting you for them was fate. And it helped them have this desire to settle down instead of dating around like they usually did. Which leads me to the Six of Swords, which is about leaving the turmoil of the past and moving on to something more suitable for us, you know, transitioning from the way we used to be to a new version of ourselves. So yes, I do feel that meeting you again made him go from dating around, or made them go from dating around to wanting to settle down and become a new version of themselves that, you know, maybe they were surprised that they wanted to settle down. Okay, so let me get another card that represents their first impression of you. What do you need to know about their first impression of you? What do you need to know about their first impression of you? Now we have the Justice and the Ace of Wands. So the Justice card is about fairness, equality, integrity, making sure we are acting in our highest divine intentions. So acting in integrity so we don't create bad karma. So their first impression of you was that they wanted to treat you fairly. It's very possible, again, that because they had a history of dating around or being a player, or maybe not even being a player, but just someone who doesn't like to settle down, then when they met you and they were going through that initial feeling of, okay, this is something new that I haven't experienced before, and there's something about this person that makes me want to treat them fairly, makes me want to operate in my highest integrity. And we have the Ace of Wands, which is about new passion, new beginnings, you know, feeling like a spark of inspiration. So again, their first impression of you went from you being one of many options for them to you being the person that they feel that life came in and delivered you to them. And now they want to treat you fairly. They want to operate from their highest integrity. They want to move on from their past activities, from their past behavior patterns. And they want to, you know, cultivate this spark, cultivate this passion with you, which is very beautiful. I'm loving this reading so far. Okay, so let's move on to how they're currently feeling about you, how they currently see you now, okay? What do you need to know about their current perspective of you, how they view you now at this point in the connection? How do they currently see you? Ooh. Okay, So I'm gonna go with this Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups shows me that they currently see you as a friend. You know, this card it's more than just a friend. It's almost like if our friends were our soulmates, because your friends can be soulmates. These are interactions that we have with people that we feel, you know, ancient connections with. We just feel like a gravitational pull. So I feel like how this person sees you now is deeply as a soul connected friend. Okay, you may have more than just friend energy, but it's always important to feel like our partners are our friends. So whether you're in a relationship with this person or not, I can see that they have this deep heart soul connection with you. Like you are really a friend for them. You're really someone they can trust, someone they can rely on, someone that makes them feel good. All right, how else do they currently see you at this time? What else do you need to know about how they see you at this moment? So this was already flipped up. So the King of Swords is about having clear, logical discernment and clarity, having a vision that's from like an eagle's eye view. So this shows me that they're very clear about you. This is something that they know without a doubt, that maybe you had a past life together, or maybe you are a soulmate, but they know without a doubt that you're someone that they truly care for. Let me get some more information. How do they currently perceive you? Okay, so we have the Page of Wands. Wow, same as position as the Page of Pentacles here. So how they currently see you, again, somebody that they want to create new beginnings with. Page of Wands is about adventure, curiosity, about that spark, that passion, good news. So for you, you are good news to them. You are someone who's initiating a fire and a passion with them, maybe that they didn't feel before. And that's possible why they were, you know, dating around or playing the field, because they didn't feel that spark of passion within them that told them, like, I should invest all my energy in one person. But that's how they currently see you, is that you're the type of person that they want to invest their energy in. Okay, now we have the Strength card, which means that, very interesting, this card is about subduing the beasts of lust, you know, because the lion represents that lustful energy. It's like the life force energy that desires and needs to be contained, because if we give way to our lust, then our energy is not like subdued. So this woman is subduing the lions. She is taming her life force energy. And so that's what you do for this person. You help them tame their life force energy that in other instances in the past, they would have just spread their seed around. You know, they just would have gone from person to person and not cared, you know, what that did for them energetically, and they wouldn't care what the other person felt, because that's just what they were doing. They're just having fun, playing around. But with you, there's something about you that makes them, again, want to settle down, makes them want to subdue that life force energy or that lustful energy that desires and is just going to keep perpetuating that desire without containing it or controlling it, which is very important. You know, it's really important to contain that lustful energy. Otherwise, it can run rampant in our lives. So that's what you're doing for them, okay? So let's get a few more cards about how they currently see you. What do you need to know about their current perception of you? All right, we have Knight of Cups and the Star. Beautiful. So the Knight of Cups is about proposing our romance, our desire to another. It's giving our emotions to another person, giving our love, our energy, our passion, our devotion. So I can see that this person does want to give you their romance. They want to give you their passion. They want you to know that they are passionate about you, and they want to show you in all the ways that you deserve to be shown and treated with, with desire, with respect, with intimacy. And then we have the Star, which is about hope and renewal. It's, there may have been something in this person's past that made them become someone who dated around. It's possible they were hurt or had some sort of trauma earlier on that told them, I don't want to settle down with anybody. I just want to be the type of person who has flings and just has fun. I just want to have fun. I don't want to settle down. So there may have been something in their past that made them act in that way, but their current impression of you is that you are renewing their faith and their hope that it's right for them to settle down, that they can have passion for one person, and that passion is going to, keep burning over the lifetime together. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. So I want to get one final love oracle card to clarify the message that you need to know now. What do they want to tell you at this time? What does this person want you to know right now? What does this person want you to know right now? Passion, passion. Okay, huge confirmation. End of the story. Message over. It says, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Okay, so huge confirmation that this person is incredibly passionate about you, and they want you to know, and they want to make your heart and soul sing with joy, and their heart and soul is singing with joy to be with you as well. Ah, what a beautiful message. I love this for you. If you want to claim this message for yourself, comment the heart on fire emoji. All right. Again, if you resonate with this message and you want to claim it for yourself, comment the heart on fire emoji. Also, if you loved this general reading and you want a personal reading just for yourself, you can do so by clicking the link in the description box to book that. And until the next reading, I'm sending you so much peace and love. Bye for now. Hi there, card number 2. Welcome into your pick a card reading to find out what was their first impression of you versus how they see you now. Take a deep breath in, decide who this person is you want to know more about, their thoughts and feelings about you. All right, here we go. So before I get into that, let's go over the cards that you were initially drawn to. So we have Healing Heart and Camera. So this card represents their first impression of you, and it says healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. And this card represents more of their current perspective of you now. This card says reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learn from the past, and make memories. So let's get into more cards about their first impression of you, okay? So here we have the 9 of Pentacles, one of my favorite cards, the Magician, and the King of Wands. So this is some interesting energy here. All right, because the first card we have of their first impression of you is Healing Heart. Healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. Now, I can read this 2 ways. I can read this that their first impression of you was that you were healing from heartbreak, that you were releasing any bonds from any toxic relationships that you had in the past. Essentially, that you were in the process of cord cutting or healing your heart. Now, this could be read also that they saw you as the way to heal their heart and to release them from any bondage that they had. So it could go either way. Either their first impression of you was that you're healing, or that you can help them heal. But let me get into these cards here, and it'll help me identify exactly what their first impression was. So now we have here, which is Nine of Pentacles, the Magician, and the King of Wands. So the Nine of Pentacles is about reaching a successful harvest. It's about receiving the reward of all the hard work that you've done. Now we also have the Magician, which is about creating your own reality, being a powerful manifester, someone who's able to have intentions, set goals for what they desire, and allow them to come forth into being through their positive thinking, positive feeling, and taking steps and action towards their goals. Now we also have the King of Wands, which is about being self-empowered, being a leader, being a success. Wow. So with these cards and how positive they are, okay, I'm getting the sense that they saw you as someone who very powerful, someone who's very self-empowered. And because of that, I'm getting the feeling that it was more them that saw you initially and said, wow, I can learn something from this person. I can release myself from toxic relationships or addictions to suffering. Okay, so I'm getting the sense that this person really recognized your value, recognized your worthiness, and felt like they could learn something from your power, the power that you carry, the way you're able to create the things that you want for yourself, and that you don't let anything get you down, okay? So the first impression that this person had of you was, again, that you're very self-empowered, that you're very successful, that you have this clear conception of who you are and how to manifest and make things happen. And they felt that you can give them the inspiration on how to release themselves from any suffering, release themselves from any fear. And they're very motivated by you and how empowered you are. So let me get some more cards about what their first impression of you was, okay? And helping them heal and release any negativity in their life, okay? What was their first impression of you? Your self-empowerment, your self-mastery, how you can help them heal and grow and overcome negativity. What was their first impression of you? Okay, so we have Six of Swords, which makes perfect sense because this card is about releasing the negativity of the past. It's about transitioning to a better opportunity, a brighter day, okay? So yes, definitely feeling like this person saw you and was like, wow, they can help me overcome just by their example of who they are. They can help me overcome and move on, transition to a better life for myself. What else was their first impression of you? Okay, so we have the Devil, all right? Devil archetype is definitely represented in this card here. The Devil is about being enchained, being addicted to suffering, being addicted to pleasure seeking, or just being trapped by life, trapped by negative thinking and negative ways of being. So I feel like this is what you inspired in this person to overcome. Again, is this toxic relationship addiction or any toxic negative thinking in their life. They wanted to overcome through your example, through watching you and seeing how empowered you are. And the Magician card is kind of like opposite the Devil because you can see how they have similar hand symbols here, because you have one hand up and one hand down, and it represents as above, so below. It means that, you know, whatever you see in the universe, you see in your personal life, okay? And it also is an indication of how powerful we are, that we create our own reality because we come from the heavens. And so we manifest what we desire, just like the Creator creates life, we create the circumstances of our own life as well. So that as above, so below is an indication of the power that we have here on earth to create circumstances. Now, we can do that in a negative way or a positive way. And this person did have the tendency to be addicted to suffering, to be addicted to creating negative circumstances for themselves, but not even knowing that that's what they were doing, because oftentimes people don't know that they're creating suffering. Why people say, why would I create suffering for myself? I don't want that. But it's just, you know, it's a misunderstanding about how the law of life works. And that's why people do that without being aware of it. So again, when they saw you, they said, wow, I can really overcome this because I see the example of this person and how they overcame it. And I'm really inspired to move on from this suffering to create a better life for myself. Okay. All right. So one final card about their first impression of you. What do you need to know about this person's first impression? What was this person's first impression of you? Yep. Queen of Swords. You gave this person clarity. They're very inspired by your clarity, by your wisdom, by your discernment, okay? And that's how they saw you, as someone who is very logical, very intelligent, very wise, but also very passionate, very empowered, okay? So that is a beautiful message for you. All right, so now let's look into how they currently are perceiving you, okay? So again, this camera card represents their current perception of you, and it says reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learn from the past, and make memories. So this kind of makes me feel like there's distance between you at this time because they are reminiscing, but let me get some more information to clarify, okay? How does this person currently see you? What is their current view or perception of you? All right, so we have Page of Wands and King of Cups. Interesting. So this card represents travel. It also represents good news and opportunities. So this does make me feel like there is some distance between you. It's possible that you had to travel or had to leave, okay? Maybe move. Let me get some more information as well. We also have the King of Cups, which is about, you know, emotional intelligence, emotional wisdom, staying balanced despite the turmoil, okay? So let me get some more information. It's possible that they see you as someone who helps keep them balanced. They see you as the emotionally mature and stable one. How does this person currently view you now? What is this person's current perception of you? All right, we have the Two of Pentacles, wow, and the Six of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups. Okay, some very interesting energy. Two of Pentacles is about juggling work and, you know, prioritizing rest and self-care. Maybe sometimes doing too much and trying to determine what we should be doing and what we should be, you know, kind of prioritizing that we could do that later. All right, sometimes this is about overworking oneself, but very interesting. In the background, you can see very high waves, and you see this on the King of Cups card as well, very high waves, which could represent emotional turmoil or how we deal with emotional turmoil, okay? So current view, I do still feel like there's some distance between you. And it may be that this person feels like you're prioritizing your work or you're prioritizing things other than them. And they feel maybe a longing for you, that they no longer have that closeness that they really truly desire with you. Now, we also have the Six of Pentacles, which is about giving and receiving, sharing, okay, sharing what we have. It's also about being valued for what we have. So, very interesting. I feel like these two cards kind of go together, and maybe they feel like you're giving more to your work, or you're giving more to other people in your life, or you're just giving your energy to something outside of them. Okay. And then we have the Six of Cups, which is about reminiscing on the past. So these two cards are very much in alignment. So again, I feel like there's a separation between you two. If you had a relationship before, I'm getting the sense that maybe you weren't even in a relationship with this person. I could be wrong, so take what resonates with you. And if at any point you don't resonate with the information, you could always go choose another card or crystal, because this is a general reading. So remember to take what works for you and leave the rest. But I am getting the sense that, you know, this was more of a friendly connection than a romantic or an overly emotional one. That this person more had kind of like a a distant kind of mentor-mentee kind of relationship with this person. And I feel like maybe you were too advanced for them, like your frequency was higher than theirs. And so they're trying to keep up with you, but you just kept going and growing, and there wasn't an alignment with this person, okay? So you may have had sincere feelings or very, very much cared for this person, but I feel like there's always like two puzzle pieces that don't really fit together. All right. So anyway, the Six of Cups makes me feel like, again, they are reminiscing on you. They're reminiscing on the connection. You're more of a memory for them than an actual physical presence in their life. Okay, let me get one final card. What do you need to know about this person's current view of you? And we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. Very interesting. So this, for me, confirms what I was saying, that you're not in this person's life anymore. And if you are, it's more of kind of like a distance. You just check in every once in a while, but you're not a physical presence. This Queen of Wands card is, again, about being empowered, being passionate, being able to provide and take care of your responsibilities. In this sense, I feel like it's like you're not taking care of this person anymore. You didn't want to be someone, like, you didn't want to be a motherly figure for them. You wanted this person to be able to stand on their own 2 feet. And that may be what caused distance, because you perhaps want somebody in your life who's on your level. And I don't think this person ever would have been on your level per se. Okay. All right. So let me get a final love oracle to clarify what they want to say to you at this time. Okay. Wow. Yep, it says codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. All right. So this person does acknowledge that their addictions, whether it's substance addictions or addiction to suffering or toxic ways of being, this person does want you to know that that aspect of their life affected the romance here, or the possibility for romance. And this person was codependent upon you for that emotional well-being that you offered them, that ultimately they have to find within themselves, but that they were very inspired by you in order to continue to seek this higher frequency or higher vibrational way of living. Okay, so ultimately, the final thing this person wants to say to you is that they acknowledge their codependency and they acknowledge that their addiction to suffering was affecting the romantic life. Okay, so I do hope this reading served you, gave you some clarity and inspiration about this connection. If you want to claim this message for yourself, go ahead and comment a healing heart emoji. It's a heart emoji with a band-aid over it. So again, if you resonate with this message and you want to claim it for yourself, comment a healing heart emoji. And if you appreciated this message and you want a more personal reading for yourself, you can do so by clicking the link in the description box below. I look forward to doing another reading for you in the future. And until then, I'm sending you so much peace and love. Bye for now. Hi there, card number 3. Welcome to your pick a card reading to find out what do you need to know about how this person first saw you versus how they see you now. So what was their first impression of you versus their current perspective? Let's find out more information. All right. What do you need to know about their first impression of you? What was their first impression of you? Remember, this is a general group reading. Some of the information I share may not resonate, so remember to take what works and leave the rest. And if you feel drawn to go to another card or crystal, if this doesn't resonate, then please feel free to do so. What was their first impression of you? Okay. Yeah, the 7 of Cups came out again. It was trying to come out before, but there were so many cards, it couldn't make do. All right, so let me get into this. What do you need to know about their first impression of you? So the cards that you were drawn to in the beginning are the Golden Mirror and Boat. So this first card represents their first impression, and it says self-absorbed, narcissist, one-sided relationship, and love bombing. So let's get into the details here. So their first impression of you. We also have the Lovers, the 7 of Cups, and the 5 of Wands. So their first impression of you, it seems like their first impression of you was that you weren't available. Okay, because again, it says one-sided relationship and love bombing. So it's very possible. Again, remember to take what resonates and leave the rest. And this also could be how they were behaving, maybe not necessarily how you were behaving. So remember to take what works. So again, these cards indicate that their first impression of you was that you were not available. Okay, you weren't available for a relationship, and they were perhaps trying to get you involved with them. You know, it says loved bombing. Okay, so, but maybe you were more in this, you know, no, I just want to date around. I don't want to be settled down into a permanent relationship. I'm enjoying my freedom. I'm enjoying, you know, just being me and having fun. Because we have the Lovers card, which is about making a decision to really devote your energy to someone. You know, through the ups and the downs, you've committed to someone. You've made a decision to be with them. Now, we also have the 7 of Cups, which is about having many options available, having so many choices in front of you and trying to decide which one means the most, which one has the most value, which one feels the best. Now we have the 5 of Wands, which is about competing with other people. You could see these people fighting with their passion, fighting with their wands, fighting their energy. Okay, so I feel like this person initially felt like they had to fight for your affection. They had to fight for you to decide that they were the one you wanted to be with. Because here it says like, you're just, you know, enjoying dating. You're enjoying seeing what options are out there. You haven't yet made a firm commitment to be in a solid relationship with someone, and that's how you enjoyed it. You weren't really interested in settling down. Okay, if you feel like this was more their energy, that you were fighting for their affection and they weren't interested in settling down, again, take what works for you. Okay, let me get some more cards about their first impression. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles, which shows me that this person was willing to work for your affection. because this card is about determination and perseverance and patience. So their first impression of you was that you were somebody they were willing to be patient for. You were somebody they were willing to compete for, willing to fight off other, potential mates. They were willing to fight off those other people that are interested in you because they have patience, determination, and perseverance, that you were the one they wanted to be with. You were the one they were willing to work for. How else did they first perceive you? Wow, the Empress. Okay, so this is how they saw you. They saw you as someone who, maybe even though you weren't giving them all of your affection, they could sense your unconditionally loving nature. They can sense that you're a person who has like self-esteem and self-worth, someone who takes care of themselves, make sure they look right, make sure they eat right, make sure, all of their needs are met. Someone who is creative and fertile, okay? So they saw you as this beautiful person, this self-empowered person, this creative feminine energy that they're just drawn to, okay? What was their first impression of you? Now we have several more cards that wanted to come out. We have the Four of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, and the Eight of Wands, okay? So these two eights here, all right? The Eight of Pentacles is about working on yourself for a long time to master a skill or master your energy. Now we have the Eight of Wands, which is about moving quickly. So for me, this means that although they wanted to move quickly with you, they knew they were interested in you, they knew they wanted to create a solid foundation with you, they wanted to give you themselves right away, and for you to do the same, they were willing to wait. They were willing to work on it. Again, with this Knight of Pentacles, willing to do the hard work to be with you over a period of time. So even though, again, they wanted to move faster, they were willing to slow down on your behalf. Now we also have the Three of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is about slowing down, resting, introspecting, okay? So it seems like you forced them to slow down, even though they wanted to move much quicker. And they are willing to work together with you to reach this goal of a union, of a relationship, okay? So again, their first impression of you was that you maybe were distant or standoffish, maybe not interested in settling down with them. And even though they knew that they wanted to settle down with you, they were willing to wait and to take their time with you and work together with you so that you could realize that they are the one for you, okay? So that was their first impression. So the next card you were drawn to says Boat, and it says receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, and closure issues. So let me get some more clarity around their current perception of you, okay? What do we need to know about their current perception of you? What are they currently thinking and feeling? So we have the Page of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. Okay. So the Page of Pentacles is about planting seeds to manifest what we want in our life. The Ace of Swords is about having a new vision, a new idea. And we have the Eight of Swords, which is about being restricted, being bound, having an idea in our mind that's keeping us stuck. Okay, so what are they currently thinking about you? What's their current perception? Okay, interesting. With this Boat, it says receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, and closure issues. So with this Eight of Swords and this closure issues and moving on, I feel like what they currently feel about you is that there was something in your past, maybe how people previously treated you in another relationship, that made you not open to settling down again, not open to, finding love again. Okay, but I do feel that this person feels or sees you as moving on from that thought process, moving on, they feel that you are receiving the closure that you didn't receive before, that maybe prevented you from opening your heart again, because now you're receiving what you need. Okay, so receiving what you need, having a new idea, a new vision, being able to plant new seeds to materialize something better for yourself. So they see you as moving on from the pain of the past in order to progress into something that is more worthwhile for you. All right, let's get some more information. Their current perception of you. King of Wands. Yes, they see you as more self-empowered, more passionate, more successful. They see you with leadership potential, okay? Someone who knows who they are, knows what they want, stands up for themselves. Okay, their current perception of you. They definitely see you as more empowered as they originally did. What is their current view and perception of you? What do you need to know? How does this person currently view you? How does this person currently view you? All right, the Hierophant. The Hierophant is about traditions, cultural, solidarity with our culture and our traditions. It's also about seeking higher wisdom, seeking higher information from a mentor, from a priest, a counselor. Okay, so how do they currently see you? Very interesting. So I'm getting marriage material. Okay, they see you as someone that they want to create a structure with that's according to their tradition. Okay, so maybe that's what they've been working for up here, is wanting to marry you, but not receiving the, reception from you that you were interested in taking things to that level. But they're willing to work for it because they saw you as this divine feminine. Okay, so how they currently see you: marriage material, someone who's empowered, someone who's moving on from the pain of their past, creating new vision and new goals for themselves. How do they currently see you? How does this person, currently see you? So we have the Three of Swords. Okay. Very interesting. Three of Swords. All right. This is a very interesting card because it indicates that they still see that there's some pain within you. Maybe you haven't completely gotten over this Eight of Swords, and it maybe kind of hurts them, breaks their heart that you're not ready for marriage, or you're not ready to move forward into the type of commitment that they are, okay? But ultimately, there's still some pain that they see in you. There's still some closure issues that you haven't completely moved on from the pain of the past. They're ready to marry you, but perhaps you aren't ready for that, or you're not interested in that, based on your previous experience, okay? But their current perception of you is that you're definitely growing, you're definitely progressing and moving on, but there's still something within you that's stuck, okay? So that's their current perception of you now. All right, let's get a final love oracle card. What do they want to tell you right now? What do they want you to know about how they feel about you? Okay, it says separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. All right, so this definitely reminds me of this Three of Swords because it is about separation. It's about heartache. All right, so Yes, that could be what this Boat card is about, progression, moving on, because although they wanted to be with you, they wanted to put in this hard work because they saw you as someone who they could wait for, could put their energy into, and they see you as marriage potential, someone who is empowered. They also see you as someone who has a wall around your heart, maybe the pain that you've been through in the past, or whatever, heartbreak that you previously experienced still has this kind of stuck energy around you where you're preventing yourself from finding happiness with one partner again. Okay, so it does say that separation is on the horizon. If you happen to be with this person, then it's possible that it will move towards separation. If you're not currently with this person, this could just be an indication of, the acknowledgement of why they had to separate from you, or why the two of you weren't working out. Okay? All right, if you resonated with this message and you want to claim it for yourself, go ahead and comment a boat emoji. Again, if you resonated with this message and you want to claim it for yourself, go ahead and comment a boat emoji. If you are also interested in receiving more personalized information from our team of tarot readers and psychics, the link is available in the description box to book that for yourself. Okay? And until the next time I get to read for you, I'm sending you so much peace and love. Bye for now. Hi there, card number 4. Welcome to your weekly pick a card reading to find out what do you need to know about this person's previous thought about you, their first impression versus how they currently see you, okay? So their first impression of you versus their current perception. Take a deep breath in, think carefully about this person you want to know more about, their thoughts, their feelings about you. Just kind of sit with their energy for a moment, feel their presence. Okay, so this first card represents their first impression of you, and it says not enough. And now the second card represents their current perception of you, and it says date. Okay, first impression and current perception. Now let's get more into the first impression, and then we'll move to their current thoughts and feelings about you. Now, remember, this is a general group reading, so some of the information I share may not resonate with you. So take what works and leave the rest. And if, however, you feel that this doesn't resonate at all, you can always choose another card or crystal from the beginning and see if that more accurately reflects your current energy, okay? So back to this first card, not enough. It says frustrated in relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear issues, and jealousy. Now this first card that came out represents their first impression as well, and it's the Tower card. This Tower card represents abrupt changes in our life. It's when we're going through a chaotic period of, something is upended. This could indicate divorce. It could indicate, bankruptcy, complete loss of identity or job or relationships. Like, this is serious transformation, transitional energy here. So this makes me feel like when the two of you first encountered one another, their first impression was that you were going through a hell of a time in your life, to be quite frank. You were going through hell. And that maybe gave you this energy of feeling like frustrated, like fearful. Okay, so their first impression of you was that you were going through a lot. It's possible that you were recently divorced or went through some sort of terrible situation, like the loss of a job, loss of a family, loss of, an identity. And that created this frustration or this lack of confidence within you at that time, okay? So let me get some more information about their first impression of you. What do you need to know? Okay, we have the Hierophant, which is about, traditions, structures. So this makes me feel, again, like what I was saying is accurate. It could be that when you first met this person, you were going through a divorce, okay? Because again, this could represent like marriage, culture, traditions, All right. So something about a tradition that you were having in your life, or a structure that you were having in your life, was being torn down at that time. And I am feeling like you were getting divorced, or, something along those lines. Okay. What was their first impression of you? What do you need to know about their initial thoughts and feelings of you? All right, we have the Queen of Swords, which is about having clarity, discernment, logic. Very interesting. Okay. So the Queen of Swords, with these combination of cards, their first impression of you was that even though you may have been going through hell or going through a very difficult time when you first met this person, there's something about you that they saw was very regal, very royal, very clear-minded, very intellectual. So it's possible that they saw you as a very wise person, a very intelligent person, someone who's able to navigate the chaos with clarity, with discernment. Okay, so they definitely saw you as a very discerning person, very intelligent. All right, let me get some more information. What was their first impression of you? What do you need to know about their initial thoughts and feelings? Okay, we have Seven of Wands. All right, so this represents needing to protect your energy from haters, from people trying to bring you down. Okay, so they definitely saw that you had to protect yourself, protect your energy, because people were fighting against you. Okay, so this could be like custody battle or some sort of court battle with the divorce. All right, take what resonates with you. Maybe not all of you were going through a situation like this, but it could have been a situation where people were fighting against you and creating chaos in your life, and you had to protect your energy. And that's what they recognized about you, is that you had to put a wall up so that you protected your energy from negativity, because there was a lot of negativity around you at the time that this person first met you, and they recognized that you had to protect yourself from that. Okay. Wow, we have the Justice card, okay? Which means that they saw you as someone who operated in their integrity, which reminds me of this Queen of Swords. All right, they see you, or they saw you initially as someone who, even though they were going through such a terrible time, was still fair, was still someone who's operating in their highest divine integrity, someone who is not going to stoop to the low levels that other people stoop, maybe in like divorce proceedings or custody battles, or, take what resonates with you. You are not willing to go low. You're always wanting to take the high road. Okay, so that's what they acknowledge about you, is you're someone who, is fair, upright, who wants to operate from the highest perspective and the highest integrity, not someone who wants to undercut others or disrespect others. Okay, what else do you need to know about their first impression of you? Eight of Wands. Very interesting. So the Eight of Wands is about moving quickly. All right. So, maybe this means that they saw that you were going to overcome this situation with ease, with grace, with speed, with momentum. Okay? This makes me feel like they had confidence in you. Maybe if you didn't have confidence in yourself, they saw that you were going to overcome the situation easily. Okay? All right, so let's get some more clarity about their current feelings about you. So it says date, meeting someone new, dating, get back out there, plan, set a date. okay? So their current perception of you, I'm feeling like, if indeed this is accurate here, that you are going through a divorce, maybe it's possible that this person didn't want to, ask you out right away, but they kind of saw that they were interested in you, all right? But that they wanted to give you the space and the time you needed to work through this issue. But now that maybe they see you're on the other side of it, they want you to get back out there with them, okay? They want to date you. They want to have a relationship with you, and maybe not just like a friendship, okay? All right, this current perception of you, Six of Pentacles is about giving and receiving. So I feel like this represents giving and receiving affection. All right, so similar to what I was just saying is that this person wanted to give you the space and the time that you needed to overcome this issue, but now they want to give and receive affection. They want you to be theirs and they want to be yours, okay? What is this person's current perception of you? What do you need to know? Ace of Swords, yep. This is about new ideas, all right? So they want you to have a new idea about them. They want you to have a new idea about romance in your life, okay? They want to be the one that you think about. Let's get some more information. What are their current perceptions of you? What do you need to know about their thoughts and feelings? Queen of Wands, okay? 2 queens here. They see you as self-empowered. They see you as a leader. They see you as someone who can take care of their business, take care of their responsibilities, but also value the home, value the family. Okay, so ultimately they see you as someone who's empowered, who's come a long way from the person that they first met. Okay. What is this person's current thoughts, current feelings about you? What do you need to know? What was that? Ooh, we have the Ace of Cups. So 2 aces. So definitely this is about new beginnings. All right. Ace of Cups represent the stirring of the heart, new feelings of love, new feelings of romance. So I definitely feel like this person previously was more of a friend, someone who was helping you through a dark time in your life. And now that you're on the other side of that, they definitely see you as someone who's passionate, someone who's inspiring them, someone who they really love ultimately, and they want to actually establish a relationship with, okay? So their current impression of you is definitely that you are opening their heart. They want to have love with you, okay? They're very clear about that. What do you need to know about this person's current thoughts and feelings? Wow. We have the 2 9s here. We have the 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Swords. So I feel like this represents you previously and you now, okay? 9s are about endings and new beginnings. All right, so both of these 9s here indicate to me that you've moved on from this stress and this anxiety, these worries, these fears that you were going through previously, and you've moved into a time of success, moved into a time of self-empowerment, moved into a time of harvest, okay? And the harvest, I feel, is a new relationship, a new beginning in love, in the mind, okay? So yeah, how this person currently feels about you is they want to actually take your friendship to a relationship, okay? And they feel like the time is now. All right, so let's get one final love oracle card to see what this person wants you to know, okay? What does this person want to tell you now? Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. All right, so it's possible what this 9 of Swords is that there's something that you're afraid of repeating from your previous relationship, or the ending of a marriage or separation of some kind that really devastated you at that time. And now you might have a little bit of you know, like hesitation about getting back out there. And so this person says, allow this situation to unfold naturally. I feel like they see, like, you kind of feel the same way about me as I feel about you. So don't be afraid. Let go and allow the situation to unfold. I'm feeling like they have one more thing to say to you. So I'm going to pull another card here. What does this person want you to know right now? What does this person... It says honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Okay? Yes. So I definitely feel like this person... All right, these two cards remind me again of these final cards here. Let go of control issues, allow the situation to unfold, and enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Enjoy one another, okay? You might want to take a date, a vacation, a staycation with this person, okay? If you feel drawn, if you know who this person is, you resonate with all this information, then enjoy your time with this person. Go out on a date or take a nice little trip with this person, okay? But I do feel that it's going to lead to success. It's going to lead to bliss and fulfillment, okay? Yes. I love this message for you. All right. If you want to claim this message for yourself, go ahead and comment a golden cup. It's like a trophy cup emoji. Again, if you resonate and you want to claim this message, comment the gold trophy cup below. All right. If you resonated with this message and you feel drawn to receiving a deeper personalized reading for yourself, the link is available in the description box to book one from our team of tarot readers and psychics. Until the next time I get to read for you, as always, I'm sending you so much peace and love. Bye for now.